Well, here I am driving home on one of the two roads that lead to the farm. This one is on the west side of our property, and the other one is what we call the high grade, and it's on the east side of the property, and it's a much higher road. But for today's drive, I chose this one going along the west side of our property here in about 1.5 miles. But as you can see, the snow is at record levels pretty much this year, and there's more snow coming this weekend and then again in the middle of the week. So what I thought I'd do is just drive along here, and I'm voicing this later at the Farmstead, and show you what Minnesota winter, toward the end of the winter, is kind of like. The grader, of course, has been going down the road and it kind of stacking things up here as we approach Mario's farm here. You can see out there that's what happens. If you can see there, it's been pushed to the sides of the road here. Now, as we approach the old Kuznia place here on the right-hand side, actually, when I went to Grand Forks a couple hours ago, there was just a one-car lane with snow 6 feet high on either side. But while I've been gone, a gentleman came out here with a rubber-tired Caterpillar with a big blade on the front, and he's pushed back all of the snow on either sides here now, because every time we got just a little bit of drifting, this would fill in and it would stop the mail route. It would stop the school bus. It kind of basically stopped all the traffic on this road. But you can see here on the left, he's pushed that back about 100 feet here to the left. On the right, in just a little bit by the trees, you'll see how it was stacked up. Imagine that on both sides of the road, and just one lane open here. Right here, you can see it a little bit on the right-hand side. But that's how it was here now for the next, 200-300 yards. He's out there working, and he's pushed that wall back to the left there, about 100 yards out into the field, as he's just going back and forth and moving that snow over there. So even if it starts to drift in, it's going to drift on the other side of this wall that he's creating there. And it could drift for a day or two before it would actually affect the road here now. But this is coming and going from the Farmstead for all you Southerners, or that you don't know what it's like to live in northern Minnesota on the prairie of Minnesota, where there's no trees really. We are farmland, and so most of our land is open, and any of those black lines you see up there are other farms that are miles and miles and miles away. We're going to get to the corner here now, and you can see to the left where it started to drift and cross this road already. That was just a couple hours of drifting here this morning since the snowplows have gone. And that would fill in this road here with just a few more hours of drifting and make this road unpassable. And so that's what he's doing, is moving that back to keep this road open, because Saturday and Sunday we're expecting another 5 to 8 inches of snow, and then as much as 14 again in the middle of next week. So out here in the middle of nowhere sits my Uncle Mike's mailbox. They are not required to deliver to your house. If the mailman turns the corner here, this is where Mike gets his mail and has all of his life. So the kids, very young, would ride the bikes down and get the mail every day. That was a highlight when you were old enough to ride your bike. And now we turn the corner, and here you can see my family farmstead on the right-hand side and my cousin Paul's on the left-hand side. Ours, of course, created in 1919 when there was just prairie, and Paul's was built some years later. And we're 4/10 of a mile away now as we're approaching, and you can see as we get closer just what the snow has done here. We're on a little bit higher road now than we were on the north-south road, and that's why this blows a little cleaner of snow than that road does. Here we'll approach, and I'm going to stop, and you can look into Paul's yard just a little bit and see how the snow has built up there. And then we're going to slowly take a turn through my yard. This is what we call shelter belt, or tree claim. And the trees are planted in rows. Believe it or not, there's a whole row of pine trees in there. You can't see it all. Right there they are. And Paul has done an excellent job of pushing the snow up, of course. That's the pile back there. And this is the lane, one of the two lanes into his place. I only have one lane into my place on the south side of the road, as there's a big ditch that you cross to get into mine on the side. So here we turn into my side. Unusual this year is that the snow is that deep that you can see that if it just blows across, we're 2-3 feet deep of snow and we are stuck in our place. We can't get out unless a snow vehicle comes and gets us, or if they come with a tractor and blow it out. But this is the road into my yard that all my life I've ridden my bicycle on, and go-karts, mopeds, motorcycles, cars, trucks, tractors, everything like that. And now I'm going to roll down the window. You'll see the difference. And that's my carport and the car garage. And I'm going to take a quick turn around the yard here. Behind this pile of snow, you'll see our high tunnels, where Ronnie made his living out of for a couple of years, raising exotic vegetables and herbs and things like that. One of our four-wheelers on the trailer. This is the old original barn where there used to be several cows that were milked and pigs on this end of the barn. I saw many baby pigs born in that place. Grain bins there that store grain. That's the old ice house there. That building's been in 3 places in its life. This is our cold winter storage Quonset. A migrant labor house in the back there hasn't been used for 30 years. Active garages here. And this is a office building I bought and moved on the farm last summer, and we're still developing that. It's going to be my video studio. And more of the shelter belts just to slow this blowing snow down when it's storming. Look back down the drive. And there's the front door of the house on the side, and then the back door, of course, that we use all the time to come in and out. In the carport, which is on the large room that connects the house to the second house, actually. You can't really see it behind the carport there. There's the edge of it. There's where the gardens would be out there. And finally, the little building you see is the wellhead. That's over the top of our well and protects it. So that's pretty much the story of the winter of 2018 here in Lowell Township, Section 10 of Polk County.